ladies and gentlemen, live from Jackson High School at the Big Gym. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig on STSPN.com. Thanks for being with us, as tonight we have girls district basketball action coming your way, and it is sponsored by Ace Hardware of Lake Stevens, American Family Insurance, GS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, McDaniels Do It Center, and Monster Beverage. And our game presenter is Speedway Chevrolet and RV in Monroe. Thanks for being with us. District action, and we are happy to have you here. We're going to go ahead and have the anthem or take a break, and then we'll be back with play-by-play action.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I knew what you were saying. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for girls basketball action in the Northwest District, as we have Mount Vernon with Jocelyn Evans starting, a 5'7" guard. She's a junior. Sam Silver is a senior, 5'6", and she's in the post and also guard. Also starting is Taryn Rao, a 5'6" sophomore guard. 5'7" post player, a sophomore, will be Miranda Johnson for Mount Vernon, and Abigail Brown, a 5'11" post player, starts as a senior. For Jackson, as they get underway, starting at one forward post position is a 6-foot sophomore, Caitlin Monton. Also, Emily Brown starts as a 5'4" guard and a senior. There's a shot fired up right away, and it is good by Olivia Skibble, a three-pointer. And Jackson, off to a good start, takes a 3-0 lead. Also starting for Jackson, 5'10" sophomore guard Megan Madison, as Mount Vernon loses the basketball. Lauren Schilberg starts as a forward. She is a sophomore at 6'1", and Olivia Skibble starts as a 6-foot sophomore forward. The head coach of the Jackson Timberwolves is Dwayne Morris, and the head coach for Mount Vernon is Marielle Hinderman, as the ball is batted around and finally goes out of bounds. That will be Mount Vernon basketball. Mount Vernon in the green uniforms with white across their chest there with Mount Vernon on it, white numbers and some white trim in there as well. Jackson in the white uniforms with the green numbers, letters, and trim. Our officials for tonight's game, Riaz Kanji, Jeff Weatherby, and Jeff McClellan. And look at that, we got a tie-up. That is a held ball, and it is going to stay with Mount Vernon. 3-0 early. 7:03 on the clock. First quarter action here on your home for Wesco and Northwest District Athletics, STSPN.com. Let's bring Todd Elvig in. Todd, hey, we are rolling, and this is the first of many I get to do with you this week, and I'm excited. I really get cranked up this time of year.
Absolutely. There is nothing more fun than playoffs.
Yeah, you just feel the energy level start to escalate, and now with the college basketball winding down, the high schools getting into the district playoffs, and all of them playing so hard to try to advance, try to get into the state tournament as the ball's poked away. Looks like she got a piece on that shot. Right underneath there is Skibble, as she'll work it out of backcourt. Now handles the ball well. Off the side of the rim it goes, close to out of bounds. It will go out of bounds. Mount Vernon ball, 6:29 left, and still just one basket for both teams. Jackson with Skibble connecting out the gate. Skibble, just a sophomore. It's great to see a player with that kind of poise at the sophomore age.
Well, I think what's fun is when you see him as sophomore and you get to watch him for several years, you get to see how much they grow.
Couldn't agree more. Shot and a miss by Mount Vernon. That time it was Miranda Johnson. Just underway here at Jackson High School. Boy, a little trouble from the outside, and the rebound is hauled down by Caitlin Monton, averages 8 points per game, as Jackson will work it into front court. Under 6 minutes left now in the first quarter, and we got a reach in and a first foul of the game called against either team coming up, and that will be called against Mount Vernon.
That was number 21, Taryn Rao.
Taryn Rao called for the foul. Her first team, and Jackson gets set to inbound. Good quick pass there. She connects on it. Great job by Megan Madison for 3 points off the inbound pass from Olivia Skibble, and it is a 6-0 lead for Jackson here in the early going. Couple of 3 balls to get them up and running here in the early going, and that one's knocked, is going to go out of bounds. Oh, chase for it. And finally, it will be a player for Jackson stepping out of bounds, Emily Brown. No, they say Mount Vernon stepped out, so it's going to be Jackson ball.
I'm not sure if that was a basketball play or a baseball play there. Could you see her slide on that?
Yeah, and maybe work some soccer in there too, chasing after it. So multi-sport athlete in one play. Skibble, 3 ball off the assist from Emily Brown. Skibble has 2 3-pointers. It is 9-0. Jackson off to a great start here with 5:13 left in the first quarter. Again, Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig on STSPN.com. Going inside, you got a whistle. Making the call is Jeff McClellan. He'll come over and let us know officially who that's on, and that is going to be called on Skibble. Her first team foul. Checking in for Mount Vernon is Angelina Fast. Fast will replace Sam Oliver, and it's an inbound play here, Todd, for Mount Vernon. But, wow, you got to like the way that Jackson is connecting on those 3 balls. They've hit 3 early and have that 9-point lead.
Live and die by the 3 ball. You have to hope that they keep hitting them.
Yeah, well, they got the size, too, to make it tough on Mount Vernon. Bulldogs looking around, each team with a foul. There's a drive in. That's too far and hard off the glass. Caitlin Monton with the board. Now, she averages about 9.5 boards per game, so look for her to get quite a few. Jackson going inside. Monton misses on the layup. Mount Vernon with the board. I'll tell you, Todd, I feel great tonight in many ways with the district playoffs and in general, but breaking in the new Sennheiser HD2 headsets. Boy, fits like a glove if I knock the other ones over there. Sorry about that. Helps if they're turned down, too.
HD2. Do you know anybody that's got the HD2s?
No. Tom Lafferty has the HDs.
Oh,
and
so these are probably a little bit more advanced.
HD, yeah, these are a tad more advanced. So as we continue our 25-year competition on equipment, a friendly rivalry. And a miss there, 9-0 still. Jackson on top, 3:50 left. First quarter action here at the home of the Timberwolves. The Wolf's Den. Turnaround jumper. Boy, they just cannot buy a basket right now. No, air balls are 0 for 7 from the field down low. Finally, connecting for Mount Vernon is Jocelyn Evans. First 2 points of the game. Took them almost 4.5 minutes to make that happen.
Well, you know what they say about the inbound play that a couple of series ago, that inbound play should be an automatically score if you can screen correctly.
Exactly. Another 3 ball for Jackson. Bada boom, bada bing. Emily Brown with her first one, and it's 12-2, a 10-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves as they're about to check in a couple of players. This time a 3 ball fired up from the outside by Taryn Rao. And Jackson marching quick down the other direction. Here they come. Look at that ball movement. Perfect. Wrapped up there from Megan Madison to Olivia Skibble. Skibble connects on it, and she already has 8 of the 14 points for the Jackson Timberwolves. We have a full timeout called by Mount Vernon. 2:55 left. First quarter action. Jackson 14 and Mount Vernon 2 here on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back to Jackson High School. The Jackson Timberwolves are off to a fast start, 14-2. They lead, 2:55 left. First quarter. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday night.
I think you're the one off to a fast start there, Mark.
Feel good. I want to say hello to my longtime girlfriend, Debbie Larson, viewing in Magnolia up on Emerson Parkway. Foul this time is offensive against Jocelyn Evans. That's her first foul, second team, and the basketball will go back to the Jackson Timberwolves. Tom Lafferty is over at Kamiak High School, and he's getting us scores from what's happening over there. In girls, Kamiak defeated Mariner 70-40. So loser out in that one as Kamiak will advance. Big 30-point win. And I have not seen Kamiak girls this year. You have, Todd, on a couple of occasions, and they're a good team.
Boy, they really are. It was a close one with them and Lake Stevens, and they are all of that.
Foul called on Lauren Schilberg, her second team foul, as Mount Vernon will inbound down by 12 points. Each team with 2 team fouls. And coming up on the 2-minute mark, sitting at 2:15 right now left in the first quarter here at Jackson. Well, nice good trapping press up front there. There goes Mount Vernon driving in, another miss. Getting the rebound is Jaden Kinchin, who just came in. Mount Vernon, good job. Coming from behind, a new player in for them. Jenny Gonzalez forcing the pick and turnover right there, but they blow the shot, and getting the board is Monton. No look pass, maybe just a little too quick that time as Schilberg wasn't quite ready for it, or it was a good pass. She just didn't have her fingertips ready where she could hold on to it. Goes out of bounds and Mount Vernon ball. And sometimes players just aren't used to seeing it come in that quick, and thus it goes out of bounds. But when you got a 12-point lead, it doesn't punish you as much.
Well, I don't think that Mount Vernon wants to get into a run and gun with Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson will beat you that way and in a lot of ways. There's a soft touch shot going in that time for Sam Silver. Her first 2 points of the game. The other 2 for Mount Vernon belong to Jocelyn Evans. Now Mount Vernon putting the pressure on. Back deep. Almost caused a turnover, but it's going to be Mount Vernon ball. They do cause a turnover. Yep. Took the official a minute to a second to make the call there, but it will be Mount Vernon ball. It's inbounding is Angelina Fast. 1:17 left, first quarter, 14-4. Jackson up by 10 points.
I think they have to just settle down a little bit and plan out their strategy, because if they try and rush it against this Jackson team, that's just going to frustrate them.
Driving in that time and getting fouled is Jocelyn Evans. She will have 2 shots, and the foul, full indication come up. There's a couple of Jackson players in there. That's going to be called against Jaden Kinchin, her first third team foul. And again, at the line with 2 shots is Jocelyn Evans. A nice drive up from the south end here today. You know what? I made it right on time. I told you my ETA was 6 o'clock. Even made a bank stop, and I got here right at 6. So no
bank.
No fine this time.
You got a lot of checks there to deposit?
Well, after I do this, I'll have even more tomorrow, so thank you. Miss on the first one, make on the second. I tell you, I brought my A game today, Todd.
Absolutely. I was hoping that I could get you to hold on to that check for a little while.
Well, after the last one bounced over the Space Needle, I better hang on to it. Here they go. Look at this. Look at Jackson. Oh, what a great block. Jocelyn Evans. Mount Vernon gets it back. Well, they got it into single digits. It's 14-5. Pass the ball. Nope. She goes straight in. It looks like she draws a foul. That's going to be 2 shots coming, and it'll be for Jocelyn Evans. That foul's going to be on Jaden Kinchin, her second, 4th team. Look to see them make a substitution here. Yeah, well, maybe. There's 47.5 seconds left on the clock. Oh, I love the pace of this. First quarter moving right along. That first shot is going to rim out of there. Yeah, you got to make these shots, too. She is 1 for 3 from the foul line. Let's see if she makes the back end. Yeah, better form that time. 4 points for Jocelyn Evans. It's 14-6. Again, pressure put on by Mount Vernon, and that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. Jackson ball. Jackson High School opening up in the mid-90s. So suddenly we've been coming here for over 20 years to do games. I got a lot of fond memories from this building, doing district, regional games, regular season games. They can put a lot of people in here. That's why they use it so much. It's really one of the best. Pass in over on the left side, missing on the three-pointer. That time was Martin, Alexa Martin into the game, and Jackson gets the ball back. They can take their time. The shot clock is dead. Skibble with the basketball, the sophomore, passes over on the left side. Remember, 30-second shot clock for girls, 35-second shot clock for boys. Martin over on the left. Can she hit it? Yeah! Wow, did they work the clock well? Emily Brown closes it out. And that ran it down so far that Mount Vernon couldn't do anything, and Jackson will take a 17-6 lead into the second quarter. That is really about as good as you can do it right there. The Jackson Timberwolves up by 11 at the end of the first quarter. We're going to have second quarter action coming your way right here on STSPN.com. Stay with us.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the second quarter. It is a 17-6 lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. They will, to add insult to injury, they'll have the ball to start the second quarter. And here they come. Leading scorer for Jackson and in the game is Olivia Skibble. She's got 8 points, averages 11. Then after that, you've got Emily Brown with 6. They really connected on those three-pointers. We got a grab inside down there with Sam Oliver. Let's see if this one's going to be on her. Yep, it is on Sam Oliver. For Sam, that's her first third team foul. Jackson has 4 team fouls, and the Timberwolves will inbound down there. Look at this. Oh, man, did that work out well for Monton. Her first 2 of the game, it's up to a 13-point lead. That is the biggest lead of the game for the Jackson Timberwolves, and Mount Vernon has not had the lead, nor has this game been tied. Jackson got off to a 9-0 start, and they've been owning it since that time. Jenny Gonzalez, nice mid-range jumper, soft touch, pops it in, and it's back to 11. 7:20 left, second quarter. District playoff games right here on STSPN.com. Boy, have we got you covered all week long. Covered like a thick fog do we have you covered. And Todd, I honestly, with myself, Tom Lafferty, Scott, we are tickled pink that you exist because it so much expands our ability to get to broadcast games.
Well,
Man.
you know, the whole thing is these students. I mean, look how hard they've worked all this year, and here they are.
That's exactly right. So we have a held ball, jump ball. It'll be Mount Vernon ball. You know, one of the guys out there on the court, Riaz Kanji, who's become a good friend through the years, he is a fabulous official, and he's out there with the crew tonight. Also, I see him a lot with volleyball during that time of the year, but a special shout out to
too.
him.
I had to give him a little bit of a hard time. I'm always telling him,
Jump shot left side. Let's get that in from Miranda Johnson, her first 2 points, and back to a 9-point lead as Mount Vernon has scored 4 in a row. Go ahead.
Well, I think that basketball in particular is kind of a thankless sport for refs because they're so close to the audience that
This down low
the fans
inside.
are always hassling them.
Couldn't close it out. It was a nice pass by Emily Brown, and Mount Vernon gets the ball. Hey, Todd, look out. They hit a 3-ball, and it's a 6-point game down from 13. Let's see if they can be patient enough to work for the shot. Passing is so key. Ball movement, throw the opposition out of whack. Here we go. And you're looking at 12 on the shot clock. They still need to replace that one bulb over there. Here we go, 7 on the shot clock. And she takes it in. Yeah, that's a foul. 2 shots on the way. Again, going to the line is Jocelyn Evans as she's heading to the line for the 3rd time tonight. 5:46 left, second quarter. That foul is going to be on Alexa Martin, her first, 5th team foul.
Well, you know, it's easy to analyze the game from the sideline, but I got to tell you that she should have passed off that ball when she went into the middle. I think that was a mistake. She was trying to do a little bit too much.
And that can happen. Into the game for Jackson will be Sydney Carter. Carter is a junior. And coming out of the game is Caitlin Monton. So we got a tall for tall coming in. Yeah, and then she gets them both. So Evans now has made her last 3 foul shots and has 6 points in the game, 2 in the quarter. 6-0 run for the Mount Vernon Bulldogs. They put the pressure on again. Look at that down low, and Carter misses on it. We do have a foul coming up. 2 shots on the way, so she draws the foul, and she'll get a chance. But that foul is going to be on Jocelyn Evans, her second. Keep an eye on that because she's been a big factor so far for Mount Vernon as to why they're hanging in this game.
Is he putting a little extra effort in his hand signals tonight?
Well, because we're here, again, bring the A game. Carter misses the foul shot. She just entered the game. Let's see if she can get the tail end. Nope. Could tell when that one left her hand it was going to go short. So Mount Vernon gets the board. Here they come, Todd. 2-ball cuts it to 5. 3-ball makes it a 4-point game after being down by 13. Got to be smart. Jump ball. Is that about 4 jump balls we've had? And we've talked about this before where some nights a certain call gets done quite a bit. Into the game for Mount Vernon, returning to the lineup will be Abigail Brown. Downtown Abigail Brown. Uptown Emily Brown. Let's distinguish from the two. All right, because she's uptown, that's where she's delivering the assist from above the arc. The other one's downtown because she plays the post. All right, here we go. Oh, Mount Vernon, great pick by Evans. See, she's always around the basketball. Here she comes, and Evans is just a junior. They moved it well there, and I think that was a good look for Angelina Fast, but they didn't get the shot to fall. Mount Vernon again, over on the right. Can she hit it? No, air ball over the top. Martin coming out of backcourt, pushing it quick. Jackson hasn't scored for a while. It was 19-6, and now it's 19-12. Oh, man. Skibble misses down low inside. Good board by Downtown Brown. Over on the left side, Sam Oliver. Traveling is called against Jenny Gonzalez.
Ooh, and she hit it.
Into the game will be Taryn Rao. Rao will replace Angelina Fast, and in for Jackson is Lauren Schilberg. Schilberg to replace Alexa Martin, and Schilberg will inbound backcourt on the right baseline if you're going that direction. Jackson going from your right to left, again in the white uniforms, Mount Vernon in the green, as you view and listen on STSPN.com. Moved it around well. That one comes off the rim. You notice something, Todd? Jackson's starting to miss some shots. That foul is going to be on Sydney Carter, her first 6th team foul, so it shots the rest away on fouls against Jackson. 4:13 left here in the second quarter. 14 fouls so far against Mount Vernon. At halftime, Todd, you'll have highlights, correct, of the first half, or do we have that tonight?
We will.
Okay, good. You recap all the points, don't you, or something to that effect?
I do.
All right, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but it sounds like we've hit it on the nail on the head. Gonzalez. Oh, there's Carter with the block. Gonzalez gets it back. Under 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Bounce pass almost gets away from her. You got 7 on the shot clock. They miss on that. Oh, Brown underneath. May have gotten fouled there, but it's clean. Fresh 30. And again, this is where you need, although she draws the foul, you need presence of mind to kick it out and not force shots up like that. She had plenty of time on the shot clock. Megan Madison with the foul, her first 7th team, so it's bonus the rest of the way as Mount Vernon's going to be going to the line. She goes to the line right now with the 2 shots, and she was fouled in the act of shooting. There's the first one. Jump shot falls short. Oliver with 2 points in the game. This is her first trip to the line, and checking into the game for Mount Vernon will be junior Mar Fernandez. 3:41 left, second quarter. That one rims out. That was a blown opportunity right there, missing. Brown gets the board, though, double teamed. Needed some help. Liking what I'm seeing from Brown. She's helping out, getting those boards and keeping the ball alive. Again, they got that fresh 30, 18 on the clock right now, shot clock. Maybe ought to try to work it inside. Or again, Todd, mid-range jumper. Don't go in or out.
There's something to be said about that mid-range jump.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to talk to some of these coaches nowadays because I'm seeing too much one or the other, and that middle shot it's like we try to live life in moderation. That's the moderation shot. Mount Vernon has the basketball. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Brown, too hard. They've blown several opportunities. This game could, I think, virtually be tied if they'd hit on those. Look at that. Pulling up. 3-ball. Olivia Skibble. She now has 11. She has hit 3 3-pointers in the game. And Jackson has hit a total of 6 of them. 22-12. 10-point lead for Jackson. Can she? Oh, she split the defenders nice, but traveled. Take a look at some of the numbers here. Checking in for Jackson is Caitlin Monton, and Amelia Leong checks in. She's a senior. For Jackson, they have 2 seniors on the roster, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores. So they got a lot coming back in the next couple of years. Jackson breaks it, traveling. Yeah, it looked like she did not come to a discernible stop for sure. Just much like a pitcher on the mound.
You can't do that little. You can't do that little stutter step.
No. All right, 22-12, 2:11 left, second quarter. Again, foul count 7 for Jackson, 4 for Mount Vernon. Traveling again. Well, I tell you what, we're going to need to put a baggage carousel out there so all these players can pick up their luggage after the game because we're getting a lot of traveling calls.
And, the thing is that the refs aren't calling it that tight.
No, you're right. They're really not. They're just saying, hey, you got to stop. This is not the NBA where you get 9 steps. Oh, man, it was just fun to watch that. Skibble connects on another one. She has 4 3-pointers, and a timeout has been called by Mount Vernon. Full timeout. Jackson's got it back to a 25-12, 13-point lead. We'll be back with more with 1:46 left here in the second quarter. Jackson up by a big amount on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
You're watching STSPN.com.
1:46 left, second quarter. Here at Jackson High School, I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elbig on STSPN.com. Your home for the Northwest District playoffs coming up, leading into regional. Then, Todd, you'll be at regionals too. I know that.
That is correct.
Steele getting it is Brown.
Sometimes people ask us, what games are you going to cover? And I'm like, well, it's a really complicated algorithm.
Well, call there and gives it back to Mount Vernon. What's that very complicated algorithm? I'll tell you, you do a good job of staying on top of it and getting us the schedule out regularly. Again, if you like what you're seeing and hearing on STSPN.com, please let the athletic director of your schools know. And if you feel like it, call the governor, Jay Inslee, and let him know too.
Yeah, that's right.
So that one misses out. Now what do we have? We've had several jump balls. There's another one. I think that's 5, and it's going to stay with Mount Vernon. 1:07 left in the second quarter. Jackson up 25-12. Seriously, we like the feedback, and obviously, Todd, you don't just jump on board for the playoffs. You're here all year long.
Well, that is correct, and we cover these schools no matter how good or bad they're doing.
I can attest to that.
It requires the school that has not such a great record, those athletes are putting in just as much work as the
Exactly,
as the
they really are. And in some cases, as yet another traveling is called, in some cases, maybe they aren't good record-wise in a certain year, but the more they play together, the more we're able to cover it, then suddenly you go, wow, how'd they get so good?
Exactly.
Well, a big part of that is playing on STSPN.com.
That's right. They go back and
They
watch
review.
their games.
Yeah, they watch their games, right? Inbound, in front court, and Jackson, 20 on the shot clock, 35 on the quarter clock. We got a 2-shot foul coming up. 2 shots on the way, and who's this one on? That's going to be on Abigail Brown, her first 5th team at the line with 2 shots is Lauren Schilberg. She has no points in the game, and this is her first trip to the foul line. 34 seconds left, second quarter. Makes the first shot, and it's up to a 14-point lead. Checking in for Jackson is Alexa Martin, and she will replace Olivia Skibble, who's having a great first half. 14 points and 4 3-pointers. She's a leading candidate early for the STSPN Lake Stevens Hardware Player of the Game and Player of the Game t-shirt, sponsored by the Lake Stevens Hardware. And we have a foul called by Riyaj Kanji against Jackson. That's going to be on, looks like Brianna Williams. Is that right? No, 21. Amelia Leong. That's her first. 1-1 at the line will be Sam Oliver. And she has so far gone, misses that one. She is 0 for 3 from the line. Just double checking on that. And a 14-point lead. They got to work for 1 shot. Jackson coming out of backcourt. Emily Brown. Monton over on the left side. Better fire the rock. And look at this. Jackson gets it back. 3 seconds. 2. Clock's going to run out. There you are. Well, we are through 1 half of action here at Jackson High School. And our score is Jackson 26 and Mount Vernon 12. So looking at the scoring, Jackson with 17 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second for 26, and for Mount Vernon, 6 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, as Jackson outscores them in each quarter. So we are through 1 half, a 14-point lead for Jackson, their biggest lead of the game. We'll take a timeout. We have the highlight package coming up at halftime, and you are watching STSPN.com and our coverage of the Northwest District Girls Basketball Tournament. are live here at Jackson High School. It is Jackson against Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon now realizing that they're not going in the same direction as the first half. Jenny Gonzalez will hop down to the Jackson end as Jackson gets ready to go. Now Jackson is leading this one 26-12. They have been in command from the onset, building up a 9-0 lead. This is the biggest lead of the game for them. Mount Vernon has not led, nor has it been tied. Jackson in the white uniforms, Mount Vernon in the green, and stolen away. Jocelyn Evans. Now Jackson gets it back. And Todd, outside of the great three-point shooting by the Jackson Timberwolves, it was pretty sloppy first half. Lots of travels, lots of jump balls, lots of turnovers.
Yeah, well, excuse my term, but I'm thinking there probably was a come-to-Jesus meeting on both sides.
I don't think you have to excuse yourself here since you own the network. Jocelyn Evans with the pick and two to make it 26-14. You see Mount Vernon putting the clamps on defensively with the press right there, and Jackson breaks it really well. Look at that. Too far. You just got to soften it up on those shots. You're only 5 feet out at tops. Goes out of bounds. I think we got a foul coming up. That would be 2 shots as Riaz Kanji makes the call. Also, Jeff Weatherby and Jeff McClellan are our officials out there.
You know that those 2 points that the Bulldogs got on that pick and go, those points, they wouldn't have made those in the first half.
First one is a miss.
They were missing all of those.
At the foul line is Evans. She has 6 points, 4 of which from the foul line. 4 points in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter, and makes the second one. She's the leading scorer for Mount Vernon now, as she has 9 points, 9 big ones. Good steal. That's Jenny Gonzalez. Now it's picked off by Jackson. 14 points for Olivia Skibble. She is the leading scorer for both teams, 26-15. Mount Vernon clogging up the lane well, so it forces her to pass it up top. Over on the right side, Megan Madison. Can she hit this? Yeah. Wow, that was a work of art right there. For Megan, that is her second three-pointer of the game, and it is back to a 14-point lead for Jackson. 6:23 left, third quarter. That first half really moved along quick.
I'm wondering how many 3 points Jackson's going to get before the Bulldogs step out on them.
Yeah, that's a good point. They've hit 7 in the game. Make it 8. No, it is 7. We have a foul coming up. That's Schilberg's second. 2 team fouls. 2 shots coming up. And that one is good. Sam Oliver finally connects on a foul shot. She's 1 for 4 from the line, went 0 for 3 in the second quarter. Make it 1 for 5, and that makes a difference. Big time. Out of bounds. Good hustle by Jocelyn Evans. I'd say if we were to select a player of the game at this point, it would have to be Olivia Skibble. But Jocelyn Evans, certainly the top player from what we've seen from Mount Vernon. She hustles all game long. Timeout. Jackson with the timeout. 6:11 left. This is a 30-second timeout, and you are viewing on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit.
I really wish I had the money for it.
We're just off Highway 522 at West
There's
Main
an
Street in
interface
Monroe.
with the
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
It'll happen. We are back live here at Jackson High School. 6:08 left, third quarter. Pressure defense by Mount Vernon. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, and it's a 13-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves. You got to make those shots, Caitlin Monton. Out of bounds it goes. Foul is going to be against Jackson on a push-off. That foul is on Caitlin Monton, her second, third team foul. No team fouls against Mount Vernon so far, and it was 7-4 in favor of Jackson in the bad way. They had committed 7 and 4 for Mount Vernon in the first half. Less than 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Mount Vernon's got to start thinking ahead and climb back into this game. That one's out of bounds off a Jackson player. Earlier in girls basketball, Kamiak defeated Mariners 70-40. Tom Lafferty over there reporting for STSPN.com.
Was that an early game? What time was that game?
Yeah, that was early. And that one started at 5:30. Emily Brown called for the foul. That's her first. Fourth team out of bounds. Mount Vernon ball. 5:48 left, third quarter. So Kamiak will play the Lake Stevens Glacier Peak loser in that loser out game on Saturday at 12 noon. That game will be simulcast on Fox Sports 1380, 95.3 FM, and also STSPN.com. And if we're lucky, it'll be picked up by NBC.
That would be classic, wouldn't it?
Miranda Johnson called for the foul, her first team, and it will be Jackson basketball. Double team on the trap. And getting the ball and stepping out of bounds is Emily Brown. So it sticks at 29-16. Todd, we have a lot of games. I'll announce what we have coming up as we move along here. Also, Tom reports from 16 down, Jackson is pulled to within 6 points with 2 minutes to go at the half, and that's Jackson and Kamiak. So that's where the other Jackson team, the boys, are at tonight. And Geico at the half. Kamiak 32, Jackson 27, loser out. That will also be simulcast on our sister station, Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3, and that's the game, the 2 o'clock game on Saturday. So that's the tail end of our district coverage. Missed shot.
Well, you know, the exciting thing about Wesco boys basketball is that the top 6 teams are so close in talent that it makes it for anybody's game.
At the foul line is Evans. She misses the first one. Substitution in for Jackson will be Alexa Martin. She played a lot of minutes in that first half. Did not start the game. Good touch. Evans hits the second one. She's been to the line a lot. Entering the half, the Mount Vernon Bulldogs were 4 for 9 from the line. Look at the misses there. Heck, if they made 3 more, how much it would close. It would be in single digits right now. And Jackson 1 for 4. Jackson has not attempted a foul shot here in the second half. And Mount Vernon's 3 for 6. Missed shot. Good job by Jenny Gonzalez wrestling that one away. 5:04 left. Here in the third quarter, 12-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves at 29-17. Stepping in, great move, not a great finish. Skibble gets the rebound. Outlet pass to Madison, who slows it up. And Todd, too, 30 seconds each time on the shot clock. Take your time. Inside, look at that move, baseline. Alexa Martin with her first 2 points. She just checked in, and she's got it up to a 14-point lead for Jackson, again, matching their biggest lead of the game.
No, absolutely, and I think that Jackson is starting to, get a little bit warmed up because they played really well against Glacier Peak. Glacier Peak actually is in a different league, but they played really well against them, and I think that the first half here just was not showcasing their talent.
Well, that foul's on Skibble, and it will be her second foul, 6th team foul already.
Don't you love that name?
I do like that a lot. Evans takes it in. She's got 6 points in the quarter, 12 points in the game, and leads the Mount Vernon Bulldogs in scoring. Great steal right there, and 2 for Jenny Gonzalez. Let's check the score. It's down to a 10-point lead for Jackson, 31-21. Back and forth, over and back, and it goes back to Mount Vernon. And again,
wow.
Todd, right here is an excellent opportunity for the Bulldogs to make some hay and catch up, cut this lead down.
Absolutely. I think they just need to do what they're doing, pay attention, and pass the ball, make sure that you've got the good shot.
Devils in the details right now. 4 minutes left, third quarter. Mount Vernon, spin move, pass, left side. Oh, tough miss.
Boy, that
I
was
thought
in
it was
and out.
in the cone that time. It was. Miranda Johnson missing the shot. Out of bounds it goes. It will be Bulldogs basketball. Have you ever been to the Mount Vernon gym?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. That is the palace right there. That in Darrington.
I think so, too.
As good as it gets in this state for atmosphere in high school gyms.
It is. It's like when you think of the Ohio State Buckeyes, right? It's
or Butler, the field house.
Yep.
It's a classic. Jackson gets it after the miss by Mount Vernon. Skibble. Up top she goes. Schilberg. Misfire. Bulldogs get it. Here comes Gonzalez pressing hard. Good D. Almost stole it away. Off the glass. Too hard. Madison with the rebound. And Brown will slowly bring it up. Brown has 6 points. Hit 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Good look that time for Skibble. She just comes up short. Again, Todd, this is like, what, 4 times down for Mount Vernon for them to score with being down by 10, and they're just forcing those shots. You know, if you're going to take it that far in, and she had plenty of room to get that shot set just right, but they keep missing. We saw this in the first half, too. We got a timeout called by Jackson. 2:51, 2:51 left in the third quarter. Full timeout by the Timberwolves. Jackson leads 31-21. District playoff action on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
All right, just taking a look at our score is 31-21. Jackson by 10. 2:51 left, third quarter. Mark Aucutt and Todd Elving on STSPN.com. You look at the records of these two teams. Jackson coming up at 9-13, and they went 6-8 in conference play in Wesco 4A. Mount Vernon 4-9 in conference play, and they're 6-14 overall. Jackson with the ball, a long one. Good.
Wow.
Oh, Madison with her third three-pointer in the game, second of the quarter, 9 points for her. You got to hit that shot. Gonzalez was wide open. 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. It's an 11-point lead for the Jackson Timberwolves as Mount Vernon, pressing throughout the night, does it again, and Jackson breaks it. In the front court, Emily Brown. And again, Jackson should look at taking some time off the clock. They've certainly been effective with those three-point shots. They have now hit 9 of them in the game. Taking it in, and a left-handed shot. They worked time off. Getting the basket was Alexa Martin, and all 4 of her points are here in the third quarter. It's helped out. Evans misses, going through with the runner. Follow up on the rebound. She missed a second time. Almost out of bounds. Abigail Brown now over on the left side. Evans. Well, it was a good idea to get it to Jenny Gonzalez. Gonzalez a foot short of the rim, though, and Jackson gets the board. Here they are out of backcourt into front court. 1:40 left, third quarter, up by 13 here at Jackson High School. Now, we'll be back here again tomorrow night for boys. Edmonds Woodway against Stanwood, the Stanwood
3A.
powerhouse. That's 3A. Inside, that was a nice move by Martin, but she was just a little short on the shot. 1:19 left, third quarter. 13-point lead for the T-Wolves. Nope, too far. Gonzalez missing a couple of shots. Now Jackson, Todd, they're really in a position to pull away at this point. They're up by 13, and Mount Vernon certainly had their chances. Inside, there's a foul. And then some.
Yeah, no, they really are. I mean, they're feeling really confident. And I think that a lot of times, especially in these playoff games, if you can get a little bit of separation and you start to feel a little bit more confident, I think you see the basket a little bit different than when you're way behind.
Abigail Brown called for the foul, her second team foul, and 2 shots coming up for Alexa Martin. This is her first trip to the foul line. Jackson 1 for 4 from the stripe. 59 seconds left in the third quarter, and Jackson can equal their biggest lead and do. Into the game for both teams are 2 new players that have seen action in the first half. Got to keep those legs fresh. Glacier Peak 14-0 in 4A play, 20-1 overall. They definitely had a great season. Good job by Martin. Both those shots were perfect. It's a 15-point lead, 38-23, biggest lead of the game for the Jackson Timberwolves. If you're just tuning in, Jackson got off to a 9-0 lead and have held the lead ever since that time. It's been all Jackson all night long. Out of bounds, Mount Vernon ball.
You know, it's no easy task, you know, what they have ahead of them. Even if they win tonight, they have to head to the second place game, and it's absolutely difficult. If you lose those first games.
Yeah, you know, we got started tonight, and we got going so fast, I want to make sure to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and that goes from me to you, too.
Oh, well,
you
know I'm your
You get a
Valentine.
bro hug later. There is Alexa Martin. She's having a huge quarter. 8 points, and she has 8 of the 14 they've scored. It's 40-23, a 17-point lead, biggest of the game. 19 seconds left, third quarter here on STSPN.com. Mount Vernon working it around, working for the one shot. Over they go. No, don't shoot that early. Up top, Evans way short. That goes out of bounds. And it will be Jackson ball. Well, by forcing that shot too early, now it gives Jackson an opportunity. They hit a 3-ball here. They're up by 20 and in very huge command of this thing. And good press again. Here comes Jackson out of backcourt. Over on the right side. Yes! At the buzzer. That is Megan Madison coming through with her third three-pointer of the quarter, her fourth of the game, and it is 43-23. Jackson by 20, and they are holding court on their home court. This is STSPN.com. We've got the fourth quarter coming up right after this. Yeah.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
A big quarter for both Alexa Martin and Megan Madison. 17 points scored by Jackson. They had them all. It is 43-23. Mount Vernon will have the basketball to start the quarter. Now, they did have a better quarter that time. They scored 23 points. The Bulldogs did after scoring 6 in each of the first 2 quarters. They got a long ways to go. They're down by 20. Shot, going to rim out of there. Brown gets it. Good job by Abigail Brown. Amazingly enough, that's her first 2 points of the game. So over on the Mount Vernon side, Jenny Gonzalez has a total of 6 points, 4 last quarter. Also, Jocelyn Evans has 12, 6 last quarter. Total of 3 points for Sam Silver. Going the other direction, taking it in and getting fouled is Jenny Gonzalez. 7:25 left, fourth quarter, and she'll go to the line. 2 shots coming up. You got to hit these. This is her first trip to the line. That foul's on number 12 of Jackson, Emily Brown, her second. 7th team foul. Bonus time as Mount Vernon's going to the stripe the rest of the way, unless it's an offensive foul against Jackson. Got the bounce that time. 7 points for Gonzalez. Also in this game for the Bulldogs, Miranda Johnson with 2 points, 2 for Abigail Brown. Over on the other side, 2 points for Caitlin Monton, 6 for Emily Brown. Miss on the second one. Alexa Martin has 8, 9 for Megan Madison. We got a foul coming up. That foul's on Abigail Brown, her third team foul. All her fouls in the second half. Also got 1 point for Lauren Schilberg, 14 points for Olivia Skibble, all in the first half. Let me check that. Madison has 12 points. She had 3 3-pointers last quarter. No points for Sydney Carter, who's played. She's 0 for 2 from the line. 43-36. Driving in and losing the basketball is Jackson. Traveling has been called. We saw a lot of that, Todd, in the first half.
Happy feet.
That's it. You know, if you look at the scoreboard, and our viewers can't see this unless you go up there with the camera, where the 701 is, there's I think that's a volleyball up there. I just have,
Oh,
whenever I see that, I go, I got to get up there and take it out of there.
I do see
You know, you do see it, don't you? Usually there's like a ball in the rafters, but they don't have the rafters that they can stick here, or there's a balloon up there. I'm looking up, I don't see anything. Miss by Mount Vernon. Then they get the pick by Evans, who's had a really strong game. Hands off on the pass, a dish to Gonzalez. Gonzalez puts it in. 9 points for her. It's 43-28. And Mount Vernon's on a 5-0 run. They've done this before, Todd. And then when it gets within 9 or 10 points, they can't seem to keep going. Abigail Brown with a great steal. Again, too hard. They force it, and it's too hard off the glass. We've seen that a lot tonight. Gonzalez gets the board to Brown. Good ball movement. Abigail Brown rattles it in. 43-30 is Mount Vernon trying to make a game of this. 6:06 left, fourth quarter. Technically, there's still plenty of time. Oh, a pick! That's Evans. Foul as Evans was going to the rack. It'll be 1-1.
She had to do that. She had to slow that momentum down.
That foul is going to be called against Jaden Kinchin, her third. Team foul number 8. Checking in for Jackson is Olivia Skibble. Alexa Martin will check out. Also in for Jackson after a quick breather will be Megan Madison, and Kinchin will check out. 1-1. At the line is Evans. 43-30. These are big shots. God, just could tell right from the get-go that was not going to fall. She's got to work on her touch. Too much spin on that shot. You better be dead on or that thing's going to be a long rebound. Out of bounds.
Ooh,
Jackson gets it. Yeah, great job right there. It was in the air out of bounds, but her feet were in bounds. Whistle on the floor. I think this is going against Mount Vernon. Taryn Rao called for her second foul, fourth team. 5:40 left, fourth quarter. Again, we will have the selection of the STSPN.com Lake Stevens Hardware player of the game afterwards. Want to let you know that tonight's broadcast is presented by Speedway Chevrolet and RV in beautiful Monroe.
Boy, what a great.
Oh, they did it again. This is a fun team to watch. I'll tell you what, with as many players as they have coming back and shooting the ball as well as they do, this is a team to be reckoned with for the next couple of years. Jackson chasing after it is Carter. She hits the deck, and a foul is going to be called against Mount Vernon. Foul is on Sam Oliver, her second, 15. Alexa Martin checks back in for the Jackson Timberwolves, and Jackson will inbound up by 16. Their biggest lead has been 20, which they had at the end of the third quarter, 43-23. Jackson bringing it up court, nearly stolen, and finally is as Evans gets it. Over on the right side, way off the mark that time is Rao. Again, you've got to slow down. You know, there's plenty of time, and they're forcing those shots up, Todd. Oh, over there. Get it in there. Yes, found her. Good job. That's how it gets done. Martin with her first 2 points of the quarter. 10 in the game. It's 48-30. We have a timeout on the floor. 4:45 left, fourth quarter, full timeout, and this is STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
All right, 48-30, fourth quarter action here on STSPN.com. 4:45 left, fourth quarter. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig, the CEO of STSPN.com. His greatness on the camera and helping. I really enjoy working with you. We've been at this a lot this year. We started with volleyball, soccer, football.
Well, as it's so much fun because you get to go to the games, you get to see the kids, you get to meet the coaches and the athletes and the fans, and then you get to hear about how they get to watch it later. And
we get to watch it later too and see how it looked from a different perspective. Foul? No, double dribble. Oh my! Yet another turnover. 4:33 left, fourth quarter, and 18-point lead. That's nearly impossible to come back from. That's a 6-possession game. Jackson has the ball, so they're going to run some time off here. Maybe. There's Skibble going inside. Oh, first 2 points in the second half, believe it or not. A 20-point lead, 50-30. Back to Jackson's biggest lead of the game, and time running out on the Bulldogs. I think that's about 10 of those they've missed tonight.
Skibble, does that maybe a NASCAR name?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Lake Stevens has got a NASCAR driver too, don't they?
You can endorse at the high school level, but when she gets to the point, if she makes the WNBA, Skittles is going to be all over that.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Skibble
That's
endorsing
perfect,
Skittles. Wow. Missed shot. Mount Vernon coming into front court. Here they go. Abigail Brown has put in quality minutes tonight.
And we saw her when?
Yes, that's right. Skibble's going places. There's a shot. Evans has it nearly stick between the rim and the backboard. Well, they took a lot of time off the clock. Get it back, though. Brown follows. Abigail gets it done. All 6 of her points have come in this quarter. Whistle on the floor. We got wholesale substitutions coming in for Mount Vernon. One of the players is Allie Miller, who's not seen any action tonight. Angelina Fast played in the first half. She's back out there. So maybe the white flag is going up. 50-32. Jackson into front court. Emily Brown slows up. Again, take as much time as you need. There's a 3, short. What a night for 3 balls for the Jackson Timberwolves. That one is out of bounds. Jackson has hit 11 3-pointers. That's 33 points right there of the 50, Todd.
You know
what?
Just an observation.
That's almost 67%. And I went to Wazoo and figured that out on the fly.
No, that's
I think it's my time at the UW that's helping me out.
Yeah, that's
50-32. That's where I'm getting my master's in public address. Brown goes to the basket. She's got fouled, got 2 shots coming.
I thought you were saying it was going to be remedial math.
Yeah. They said, no, you got to start all over here. That's on Kinchin, her 4th. 9th team foul. Brown goes to the line for the first time in the game. First one rims out of there. They've had trouble at the line tonight. Sydney Carter checks back in for Jaden Kinchin. Now, in this game, loser out. Winner will move on, and they will play coming up
Lake Stevens
on Thursday. And no, that's going to be at Everett Community College against Kamiak.
Oh, against Kamiak.
Yes. That should be right. Okay. Miss on the shot. And that is going to go out of bounds. 50-33. Jackson has this one well in hand. 2:44 left, fourth quarter. Just double check here. Yeah, Mount Vernon and Jackson, loser out. Jackson would play on February 16th, 3 o'clock. We will have that game on STSPN. And they will face, I just want to double check. I think Tom had that wrong earlier. I think it's actually Kamiak will play against the winner of this game. I'm going to double check that.
It is. That is
That's
correct.
what it should be.
What did he say?
He said that Kamiak will play the Lake Stevens Glacier Peak loser on Saturday the 12th. That's not correct at this point.
No, I think it's, well, that's why I said jokingly Lake Stevens, because I don't.
Fouls on Monton, by the way.
I'm not sure if anybody can touch Glacier Peak girls.
They are amazing. They are truly amazing. They got 3 players to go to play Division I ball, legitimately.
D1?
D1.
Yes.
D1. Of course, all classifications are important whenever these players get a chance to advance. We know that. 2 shots made right there, 50-35. And it is heading in the direction of the Jackson Timberwolves. Out of bounds it goes. 2:27 left, fourth quarter, and what do you think? 16 points for Skibble. She didn't really have much offensively in the second half, but she played a steady game, got a number of boards. You want to look at her as our Lake Stevens Ace Hardware player of the game?
Yeah, she sounds like she's put her.
I want to talk to her for one thing. I want to see what she's thinking about for college, what she likes to study, and of course, Todd will ask what she likes to have for breakfast.
Well, I'm gonna tell you my first question.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting just a little bit of sense to it. Maybe I'm speaking out of place here, but there seems like almost like they're a little bit basketball weary at this point in the season.
Who's that?
That just
In
the general atmosphere here of the players. They've played really hard, but I get a sense that
oh, boy, that was
okay,
a rainbow.
take that back.
Angelina Fast. 12-point lead. Timeout has been called by Mount Vernon. Jackson leads 50-38. This one is not over yet. A full timeout. 2:02 left, fourth quarter. 4-possession game, and this is STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
You're watching STSPN.com.
Welcome back to Jackson High School. 2:02 left, fourth quarter. Jackson is leading 50-38. I'm Mark Aucutt with Todd Elvig on STSPN.com. And it's now a 12-point game. Jackson will have the ball. Inbound pass, pressure defense by Mount Vernon. 2 minutes now on the clock. Jackson trying to break it through. Alexa Martin, they better hurry up. The clock is ticking. 14 seconds. Here they go. Carter in the front court. Oh, wide open on the right side. That is Schilberg. Misses the shot. Air ball. And Mount Vernon gets it. Here we go. 1:40 left, fourth quarter. Evans goes coast to coast, and that one lands on the beach. Out of bounds it goes, and it will be Mount Vernon ball.
I don't know if Jackson really needed to push that in there. They can
I
hold on to
agree.
that ball a little bit.
When you get to this point in the game and you got a lead like that, you got to take your time. And Mount Vernon definitely should have a sense of urgency, but she really fired one up pretty quick right there. Here comes Jackson, trying to at least, out of backcourt. Past that time goes to Skibble. Now here again, 17 on the shot clock. Take your time. Push off. That foul is going to go against Jenny Gonzalez, her first 6th-team foul. They had a foul to give. 1:18 left, fourth quarter, 50-38. Jackson inbounds. With the basketball is Brown. They got a fresh 30 there, Todd. You got to just take your time. You got a 12-point lead. And forcing a pass across court. Evans, steal and the basket. 14 points for Jocelyn. Under a minute to go, fourth quarter, 10-point lead Jackson. Look at the hands again. Getting it is Skibble. Into front court she goes. Getting the pass will be Brown. Yeah, again, use the clock. 15 on the shot clock. 38 on the quarter clock. This is Jackson's game to lose right here. And going in is Carter after getting the pass from Skibble, and she gets fouled. 2 shots coming up for Sydney Carter. She's 0 for 2 from the line so far. That foul's on Abigail Brown, her 4th, 7th team foul.
I'm just curious on why they don't, a little bit more passing and make them come out and get you, putting it inside unless there's something that you're trying to work on.
Well, Carter needs to work on her foul shots. She's 0 for 3, and you got to make those. Because while it's a 10-point game now, they could be down in a game and need those clutch foul shots. She needs to just concentrate more, develop a rhythm. She just doesn't have. I'm not seeing the touch from the foul line, and that is fixable. Into front court, long pass. Getting it is Gonzalez. Drives in. They blow another layup. That should do it. 50-40. They'll put the heat on here, but why even foul? There it is. Timeout. Called by Jackson. 30-second timeout, 19 seconds left, fourth quarter. Why don't we keep it here? Now, yeah, the way I look at things, now you got to go one more step to get to the noon game. That's where these teams are playing for now. Mount Vernon and Jackson playing right now. Jackson, the way it looks right now, should win this. They move on to play 3 o'clock on Thursday. We'll have that game. And then they will play against Kamiak, who beat Mariner by 30, 70-40 tonight. The winner of that game will go on and play at Everett Community College at noon, and the loser out, winner second to and that's coming up on Saturday at noon. So winner of this game's still alive, but they got to win a couple more to get to state. Here we go. Driving in, Carter misses. Brown getting the rebound. Looks like Carter's going to be called for the foul. I see athleticism there. No, they're going to call. Yes, they are going to call on her second, but she needs to sharpen up a little bit. I see potential with Sydney Carter. She just needs to rein it in a bit. Brown going to the foul line. She's 0 for 2 from the stripe. 6 points in the game all in the quarter. 0 for 3 from the foul line. You're not going to win games that way. And she's a senior. Mount Vernon season and her year and career at Mount Vernon about to come to an end. Finally gets the second one with some French on it. 50-41. We're going to take a quick timeout, and I'll get the player of the game coming your way, Olivia Skibble, and we'll get the T-shirt. And again, Todd, we want to thank the Eaglestads out there at Lake Stevens Hardware for their great sponsorship, not just on STSPN.com, but also Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3, 95.3.
Well, it's because they really believe in the same things that we do. They like being able to bring attention to the hard work that the athletes do, and they just really appreciate having us share that with the community.
Emily Brown's at the line. Jenny Gonzalez called for the foul, her second. Brown can put the icing on the cake. 9 points, all three-pointers, and she's just going to get the one shot. Mount Vernon with the rebound. Look at Brown coming through. And then Abigail Brown on Brown, which isn't really necessarily a good color combination, but it is Brown on Brown. Abigail Brown called for the foul. That's her fifth, and it'll send Emily Brown to the foul line. She'll have 2 shots. No, she'll just have 1 and 1. I look over. That scoreboard is always a little hard to read because it's wrapped around the basket.
You know, I think I can get this free throw and that.
Here we go. Shot on the way is good. So Emily gets it. Her first point from the foul line. She has 10 in the game.
All right, we're looking at the volleyball up there.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. Now, if you can name the brand, that's tough. I think it's Label In. I can't see it.
I didn't want to miss the free throw.
Is it a Mikasa? Is it a Molten? There we go.
Only you would know something like that.
Yeah. Well, both shots are good. Yeah, I got to admit,
with Washington.
Yeah, they test us. What one are we using this year? The one that works and wins. The Huskies.
Boy, didn't they do good this year?
Oh, phenomenal. Big shot from the outside. Ball game over. And the final score, 52-41. Jackson advances. They will play 3 o'clock against Kamiak coming up on Thursday at Everett Community College. And we will have that for you here on STSPN.com. 52-41 the score. I'm going to go down and get Olivia Skibble, and we'll have her on the post-game show as she has her T-shirt. Be back with more. Stay tuned.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Okay, so
You're in.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, and our special guest, tonight's player of the game, Olivia Skibble, who we have as 16 points, but she really played a great factor in getting Jackson off to a quick start, a 9-0 lead to get going, as Olivia hit 2 3-pointers in that first quarter. She had 4 in the game, and again, 16 points. Olivia, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job. You were feeling it from the outside, from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have been working on those outside shots for a while?
Yeah, in warm-ups especially. I was
Yeah.
just trying to get a rhythm going.
Well, I announced for the Huskies, Washington women's basketball, we have a player that I'm sure you're familiar with, Kelsey Plum. And she works and is the first one out there every day shooting those shots, and it's paid off for her. And the Huskies are one of the top teams in the nation for 3-ball. So when I saw you guys hitting those tonight, I'm going, wow, this is working it well outside. I mean, those shots weren't just, for the most part, rattle and drop. Those were perfect swish shots.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. What about your inside game, and how'd you feel there tonight?
Well, they were really packing it into the middle, so we didn't really have a lot of drives, but every time there was an opening, I tried to take it and make moves. And the kick-out, inside-out game was a big factor in our win.
You were named the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Player of the Game. Can you open that up there and show what you won as Todd prints those up? Look at that. It even says district playoffs on that. So they're customized, and we wanted you to have that. You earned it. Tell us about when you started playing basketball. What age?
3 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. So parents, did they play hoops?
No, my dad actually played football in college, and my mom did tennis and cheerleading in high school.
Wow. Where'd your dad play football at?
PLU.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So did he play for Frosty Western?
Yeah, and they actually won the national championship.
Oh,
when we played.
man.
Yeah.
That's really cool, because Frosty, a legend
Yeah.
at PLU, they won several national championships there, and your dad was on one of them. Isn't that special?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. So you get, obviously, your athletic competitive drive comes through from both parents.
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a younger brother. He's 11.
Okay.
And 2 older sisters in college.
Okay, and where do they go to school at?
One's a junior at Wazoo, and the other one actually goes to PLU. She
Well,
plays
that's
volleyball
great.
there.
Oh, she does. She
Yeah.
plays volleyball there. Okay, so you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
You're going to,
Wow.
I mean, as long as you want to. Yeah, I know. I mean, into that, you got a lot of time left, and you're already playing this well. Let's talk about, I know it's early, but are you thinking about playing college basketball? And if so, are there certain schools that interest you?
Well, Notre Dame, I'm interested
Wow, that would be
Isn't
awesome.
that something? It's
Yeah.
interesting to hear Notre Dame from way over here.
Yeah, well, hey, that's a great
Yeah.
aspiration right there. Have you talked to any schools yet?
Actually, I got a letter from Notre Dame this
Nice.
past summer, and no, I'm going to start talking to them this summer. when it starts
Fabulous. I
going.
mean, that would be incredible. Play
Yeah.
for the Irish?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they had Muffet McGraw is a tremendous coach.
Yeah.
That would be, and I mean, when players advance and do that, I mean, we get a chance to talk about it, and at no matter what division they go to, or NAIA or community college, because we love to see you get a chance to advance. So that is cool.
Yeah.
And Todd, you had a question or two in there as well.
I was just wondering. The first half, it didn't seem like either team was very settled. They're taking shots that they probably shouldn't have, and there's just a little bit of sloppy play. And what I'm wondering is there a sense of maybe a little bit of fatigue at this state in the season? I mean, here we are into the playoffs. You guys just played on Saturday. This is a must-win game. At this point, does it take everything you've got just to keep going and have that same drive?
Yeah, especially this on Friday and Saturday, we had back-to-back games, and Glacier Peak was a tough game, and we just tried to bounce back from that and really focus in practice and get better for the next game.
You see, in my opinion, I think that you played a better game against Glacier Peak than against Mount Vernon. I mean, I know that they were tough, but you guys really played a good basketball game. They're just that good. But
And you played up to them, too, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that you guys played. I don't think that you should take anything away from Saturday as being something that was not a good game, because I think you guys played great. But I have to commend you guys for still being able to get out there this late in the season and be able to still keep it going, because it's just you got to be tired.
Yeah, just encouraging each other and just trying to build each other up, especially pregame.
Well, and now you're going to play on Thursday. We have you at 3 o'clock. We'll also broadcast that game at Everett Community College, and that will be against Kamiak, and they had a big win tonight by 30 points.
Ooh.
So don't get intimidated by that. Now, Todd, is there a way to swing the camera around? I believe we have the Olivia Skibble International Fan Club here, and let's get a shot of them right there. Is that – all right, there they are. There they are. There's nothing better than a live studio audience. Is that Dad over there?
Yeah.
Get Dad. He's here. I got to work.
Bring it around here.
Dad.
There he is.
There's Dad.
Is that the PLU guy?
Yeah.
There's the PLU guy. He played for Frosty Westering right there. What position did you play, Dad? Offensive line. Where's Mom?
Right there.
That's Mom? Okay, so Dad, what's Dad's name?
John.
John, and Mom's name?
Angie.
Angie, and who are these? Is that Grandma in there somewhere? Or?
No. That's
more of the fan. And
friends.
if you want to join Olivia's fan club, it is Olivia Skibble at fanclub.com.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's get it back to Olivia here. I just didn't want to turn that camera too fast and give our viewers, especially if they're watching on the road, a headache or perhaps a car crash. So, hey, one last thing. What about studies? We'd like to ask what you are interested in. What do you like?
Well, I want to go into something in the medicine field, like
cool.
sports med or like a nurse or something like that.
Sounds great. Yeah. Well, down the road, because we want you to have a great career. Now, one other thing, Dad looks pretty tall, and Mom's right up there. Well, but are you still growing, or are you done?
I'm still growing a little bit.
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
How tall are you now?
6 foot, just over 6 foot.
So the roster was correct, because sometimes they don't list the correct height. So 6 foot, maybe. But even at 6 foot, that's
Is that with
great.
a hair barrette or?
With the what now?
With a hair barrette?
Well, no, she's
it's
got it
pretty
pulled
low.
back. So, yeah. Hey, happy Valentine's Day to you
Yeah.
and your fan club, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hold that out again if you would. You are the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Player of the Game. Ace is the place. And tonight, Olivia was the star, so with your teammates. So
yes,
we'll let you go ahead and do autographs now and have a good rest of the evening. So anyway, Olivia, we'll see you on Thursday.
Okay. Thank
Great
you.
job. You bet. Congratulations. Todd, we're about ready to wrap it up here. And I just wanted to go over scoring really quick. For Mount Vernon, their leading scorer was Jocelyn Evans. She had 14 points. The leading scorer for Jackson, we have her for 16 points, the player of the game, and that it would be Olivia Skibble. Also, Todd, they had make that 3 other players with double figures. Megan Madison with 12, all of them from the outside with 3 balls. Also, Alexa Martin had 10, and Emily Brown had 10. Now, tomorrow, 2 games here. Got 2 games coming up. What do you have in that first one?
I guess it'd be better if you looked at the list.
Yeah, but I know I put you on the spot.
I just know
there.
that they're 2 3A games.
Yeah, I've got at the second one, which we start at 7:45, and that will be simulcast with Fox Sports 1380 and FM 95.3, and that will be boys Edmonds Woodway against Stanwood. So, but you're going to go double dipper. So you get started what time? 6 o'clock?
That's
right
correct.
around there. 6 o'clock. So and who's doing the play-by-play tomorrow?
Keith.
Keith, and then I'm on.
Correct.
All right. So yeah, we got a full plate, and then on Thursday,
4 games.
You got 4 games. I'll get
starting to 3 or 2 o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock with the Kamiak versus Jackson game, and then more to follow after that. And hey, there's Woody Heron. There's another great guy right there. The gentleman in the black jacket out there. Good to see Woody Heron and mention his name on the air. His son went to Cascade and had a great playing career for Terry Ennis. Your son's name again, Woody? Josh Heron, of course. Anyway, now he's going to show me pictures of his grandkids. So we'll save that for off the air. Oh, hey, I'm going to pose for a photo op. Woody, it's great to see you again, as always. So anyway, we're going to close it out here. And, again, the final score, Jackson 52, Mount Vernon 41. Todd, great working with you. We'll do it again coming up tomorrow. Remember, winning is for tonight, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Mark Aucutt saying take care and good night, everyone.